Yeah. Want it back.
I'll bet. What's it do?
Top secret. Only on a need to know.
Evidently, I don't need to know, so fuck you. I'm going to Hollywood.
The retrospective of Escape from LA. I don't know
Oh,
if you
I need to read that. Yeah, because I know you like love the first one so much and have this more ambivalent feelings towards the second, right?
Yes, I was very disappointed. I remember back then, in a "Damn I'm Old" reference, that my friends and I went to see Escape from LA. You know, we had a lot of anticipation, you know, from the trailers. Oh, Snake Plissken is back. Oh, this and that's going to be bigger and better. We walked out like, what the fuck did we watch? What was that? You know?
Yeah, it's basically a parody of the first one, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. In hindsight, you know, some things worked. It foreshadowed a bumbling president, be it George Bush or, you know, Donald Trump. It definitely.
Well, that president from Escape from LA at least was more articulate.
Yes, he was. He was a theocrat, fanatical as hell, very dangerous.
Yeah, he was basically a Mike Pence sort of guy.
Oh yes, yes. You hit the nail on the you hit the nail on the coffin.
And he has this blondie daughter, right? And that's the one Pliskin had to save.
Yeah,
I
Utopia.
guess.
Yes.
And and then he learns she became the girlfriend of I think this is so funny. Cuervo Jones, right? The bad guy.
Yeah, the Che Guevara.
Exactly. Barely this guy's Che Guevara.
Che Guevara.
That's really funny stuff. I like this movie. Can't say I love it, but I really like it. It's so goofy in all the right ways.
It is goofy. I mean, it's a movie that you know, I go back and forth. I love it and then I hate it. And then I hate it. I mean,
Come on, I mean, Steve Buscemi, like his what was this? My Guide to the Stars or Tour to the Stars.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi's Fast Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. And then Bruce Campbell as this
Surgeon General Beverly Hills
character. Yeah, that was funny. And here Peter Fonda, wasn't it?
Yeah, like the surfer. His name was Pipeline.
That was funny too. And back then I was highly amused by the Pam Grier appearance, but I guess that one is more controversial.
Very controversial. And not because, you know, because the character is transsexual, but
not Kajak Malone anymore.
Kajak Malone. Yeah, a racial stereotype or archetype, an outdated stereotype, mind you. I'm like, who wrote that part? Kurt Russell? But I digress. But Pam Grier, yeah, not only was she the goddess of blaxploitation cinema and action, you know, films, like one of the very first action heroines of cinema, but she was a sex goddess. So when you see Pam Grier making her resurgence, you know, her career resurgence, renaissance in cinema, Carpenter has her as Hershey De Palmas with the baritone voice saying, "Oh, Snake, you're such a loser." Like, what the fuck? And I'm thinking, oh, you know what? This is a wasted opportunity right here. You could have had, you know, Pam Grier as, keep the name Hershey, even though it's double entendre, as a woman, female, you know, a badass female equivalent to Plissken. You know, you could have had her a character like that, but she
like a character from like Tina Turner's character from Thunderdome, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Very good, very brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, that type of, you know, comparison. But you know, she was only there for a brief minute. Next thing you know, she gets barbecued in the helicopter.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
That's maybe the movie's weakest part. I would agree with that. But other than that, it's just a wild ride, I think.
Yeah. Well. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I thought the final fight between Snake and Cuervo was it was rushed or poorly choreographed. They're doing like grappling each other and biting each other. Then Snake, he spins Cuervo around like and then punches him. I'm like, this stupid. And then the Shirley Walker, bless her soul, her implementing her orchestra type music, which is just like the Batman animated series cartoons that she used to produce the soundtrack for. I'm like, this is way out of place.
Yeah.
If you compare it to the first Escape from New York, you're gonna be very disappointed, as I was, and in some parts still am. But
I get that.
If you see it as, I guess, more of a satire or a check your brain at the door, there are things to enjoy. That yeah, Jesus Christ. Even with the actress, beautiful actress, Valerina Gorlindo or something like that, where she played a Muslim character for the Black Jihad, she was practically like a walk-in cameo. Soon as they escape from the Surgeon General, she gets killed off. Almost comical. Because I remember people were laughing in the theaters where she's talking to Snake, saying it's best to stay here. A girl could wear a fur coat if she wants. Next thing you know, someone like one of those gangbangers just and she dies. Fuck. I mean, I love Carpenter. He's my favorite director, but with better tweaking, this definitely could have been, far less of a disappointment. But you know what? It is what it is. Ghost of Mars is even worse.
Yeah.
But
you know what? The relationship between the two Escape movies kind of feels like the one between the first and the second Conan movie. You know what I mean? Like the first one is this really grim, existential, almost, almost meditation on barbarism, the archaic world. I don't know, whatever. And the second one is just this very goofy thing.
Only thing I remember about that is Wilt Chamberlain and Grace Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, okay, what the hell? PG-13. It was like far from off the path of the original Conan. Damn. It's like when I think of Wilt Chamberlain, I'm like, wow, isn't that the guy that had over 1,000 women?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I guess that explains why so many brothers are encouraged to play basketball.
Oh.
Yes, I'm leaving that in, but
you do you.
Yes. Hey, yeah. I have a free pass,
You mean by playing the race card?
Yes, I'm black. I'm black. Carte blanche.
And as I learned, black is king. So.
Yeah, well, so says Beyonce. But now back to again Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it more than you, as you enjoyed Escape from LA more than I did.
I was very young when I saw that, so I hope I'm forgiven for that.
Oh yeah,
because it's more of a nostalgia thing for me.
Yeah, you get a McGullen on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe you should watch it again. See if
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Hey, I watched it the other day just to refresh my memory.
Ah.
Jotted down what I liked and what I didn't like. So I'm like, okay, this is basically like practically the same sentiment that I had, way back in 1996. And I
Damn,
like
it's
it.
been this long already, right? 25
Yeah, 25
years.
years. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean, I like it more than I did when I first watched it. But still, it had a lot of potential. And because the poor reception from Escape from LA, uh, chances for a third one was, it was scrapped.
Do you think John Carpenter was disappointed that people didn't get what he was going for with the second one, or was this more like a self-sabotage? Like, I want to get rid of this shit. Like, I'm gonna do such a goofy version of it that afterwards nobody wants to see this anymore.
That's a good deduction, but however,
Michael Bay with the Transformers movies.
Yeah,
his
I had enough
mindset going into these later movies is almost pure nihilism, right? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do like all the ugly shit I can come up with. I'm gonna throw in there. I don't care if it's fit for kids. I don't care if it's morally sound. I just don't give a shit. I mean, people want to get fat from burgers. I'm gonna cook them some burgers. That kind of mentality. Maybe, I don't know if whether Carpenter felt like that at some point, maybe.
That would be an interesting scenario. He's like, fuck this shit. You want more? I'll give you more. But this was actually what he said. This is his quote, which I published in my review on popticnerve.com. It says, Escape from LA is better than the first movie. 10 times better. Let me finish. It's got more to it. It's more mature. It's got a lot more to it. I think some people didn't like it because they felt it was a remake, not a sequel. I suppose it's the old question of whether you like Rio Bravo or El Dorado better. He's a big Western fan.
Yeah.
They're essentially the same movie. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. I don't know. You never know why a movie's going to make it or not. People didn't want to see Escape that at that time, but they really didn't want to see The Thing. You just wait. You've got to give me a little while. People will say, what was wrong with me? So John Carpenter.
That's a weird quote, but then again, I guess he's right about The Thing. That one wasn't a hit back then, was it?
No, it wasn't. But the difference is when my friends and I went to see that movie, even at a very, very young age. Yes, the liberties of New York City, where they let go see an R-rated movie, even if you're under 17. We loved the hell out of it. That shit gave me nightmares for like a week. It was far more scary than Halloween.
Oh yeah, it is way more.
Carpenter, he utilized like jump scares, like no other director had at the time. Shit, the blood test alone was like, what the fuck? Had people in the audience like, what the fuck?
The whole movie is so good from beginning to end. It holds up so well. It's one of the best 80 movies, I think.
Yeah. Even though people would look back and say, oh, John Carpenter, he's, I guess, he lost his magic. No, he hasn't, because his magic lives on forever and ever. He's still a legend.
Oh, he is, of course.
Just like George A. Romero, he did the first Living Dead films were amazing. They were game changers. So
yeah, the first three actually. The third one was really good as well.
Well, I never cared for Day of the Dead, but the first two,
I liked it.
I love the first two.
Yeah.
So
So my fave Carpenters would be, I guess, The Thing and In the Mouth of Madness on 2 and The Fog on 3, I guess.
The Fog. Okay, that's a good
Yeah.
list. The Mouth of Madness is more Lovecraftian.
Yeah. So these 3 horror movies are way better than Halloween, I think. I never really understood what people saw in that. It's just a dude with a knife. There's nothing to it, I think.
Yes, he's nice.
I mean, The Thing is terrifying. The Fog is terrifying. And In the Mouth of Madness, I mean, come on. That's some really existential shit in the finale there with him in the theater watching himself on the screen. That's insane. I think that was so frightening when I saw it back then.
He's another great actor.
Oh, he is, yeah. But Michael Myers is just like he walks towards you and stabs you. Come on.
And you can run from him too.
Yeah. You can easily.
The thing that's so appealing about Michael Myers is that he's a walking enigma. You don't know how he got this super strength, this fortitude, why is he unstoppable? It's all left into the viewer's imagination.
But isn't that the case with all slashers, though? I mean, you could say the same thing. Why didn't Fred Krueger just die? Why ended he up as this dream edge lord kind of guy?
Well, I don't think they really got explain the background of how he had all these powers. With Jason, this is like my theory. It's when he drowned in that lake. Crystal Lake probably had mystical properties because it could have been like
Pet Cemetery, basically.
Yeah, something like that. That's the only thing my theory.
Or maybe the U.S. Army did drop some experimental chems into that lake or whatever.
Yeah, if that was the case, then they could be accused of plagiarism because there was a comic book. The Incredible Hulk. There was an issue called Feeding Billy, where the Hulk, is in this local, I guess, some hick area or hick town where there's this big giant, I don't know if he's blue or black or blue-black monster that eats people, and he's super strong. And it's his siblings are 2 kids named, get this, Donnie and Marie. They said that, Billy was a kid and he was, drinking this stuff, which was toxic waste, and it tastes good, and it mutated him. Then he said, hey, whatever happened to our parents, mom and dad? And he said, oh, they went away. But really, he ate them. So the Hulk fought him, I think, near this mining cavern, and Billy almost beat the shit out of the Hulk. But the Hulk had, the upper hand, and Billy fell deep into the cavern and was never seen again, as far as I remember. This issue was written by Jim Starlin, who wrote one of my favorite sagas, Adam Warlock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely look that one up, especially any comic book aficionados out there. That scared the shit out of me as a kid, reading those old issues. But explanation, Jason drunk the toxic sludge and became this killer. Yeah, and you could say the same thing for Toxic Avenger, but that's a whole different thing. This Toxic Avenger is a superhero. He's not killing people. So there would be less of accusations of plagiarism from Tromas and that part. They actually had a background explanation about Michael Myers, and one of the Halloween saying that he was programmed by the Druid, but that didn't fly. So,
programmed by who?
The Druid, some kind of mystical cult.
Oh my.
Yeah, I know. And if you thought Season of the Witch was weird, this one is even weirder. But I digress. I love Halloween 3 Season of the Witch for what it was.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Oh, you should. It doesn't have anything to do with Michael Myers, and that's what pissed a lot of people off. I thought it was a brilliant, high concept of its own, but there's a lot of backlash from the Myers fans out there.
Since I don't care about Myers anyway, I
Yeah.
should maybe give it a look. Yeah.
Yes.